Guys, welcome to Tool Tuesday on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Guess what? The Raptor is finally back after spending 12 weeks at the Ford dealership. And let me show you what I discovered. This is Tool Tuesday, but I want to show you this. Underneath the floor mats here is, what's that? We've had some sort of water issue while it was stored outside at the dealership. I don't know if the rear glass was leaking or what, but I gotta address that. We are headed to Northern Tool, me and Miss Stoney Ridge, and we're gonna go pick up a generator that will power the mega shop. In case we have a power outage, we've got to keep our frozen foods frozen. That way they're frozen and fresh. That way you guys get good high quality beef. So let's go, road trip time. Woo! Stoney Ridge Farm. Contact. Built Ford tough. You guys might be scratching your head. This is Tool Tuesday on the Stoney Ridge Farm, and we are headed to our favorite tool store, Northern Tool and Equipment. This video is brought to you in part by our friends at Northern Tool and Equipment. This is Miss Stoney Ridge, and I'm Mr. Stoney Ridge, aka Josh, and this is aka Vanna, right? But what we're doing right now is we're heading over to Northern Tool. We're gonna load up this generator. We needed generator capacity to suit our entire shop building, and what better place to get it than Northern Tool. So we'll get this thing loaded up. They probably have to load it with a forklift, and I'll bet you I have to unload it with a tractor. This is a monstrous generator, 14,000 watt generator. Awesome, but we need that so we can run compressors, so we can run heating and air conditioning, and the well pump, and all the freezers to keep our farm fresh beef cold. Ooh, there's a Northern Tool person there ducking out. Earl,
hey,
good to see you,
how are
man.
you?
Thank you. What's that?
It's a Northern Tool bucket ready
Oh,
to
a
fill
gift
up with
for
goodies.
me. Hot dog. Got me a new hat, kids. Earl. Oh, that sounds funny.
Yeah.
So we got a generator out back. Is that
Yeah,
right?
we do.
So do you need me to pull around back to load it up?
Absolutely. Come on back around and we'll show you the new unit.
Right on. Thanks,
All right.
man. This ain't my first rodeo at my Colfax Northern Tool store. We got to go around to the back and load this critter up with a forklift. This generator is huge. I'll give you all the specs on it here for the full Tool Tuesday review. But it's a monster. Got to go through this gate. All right. I think the generator's already sitting out here. Isn't that nice? Earl's the man. Earl, tell me what we got here. This generator was ordered specifically because it will power my entire house, well pump, everything. This is cool. Show me what we got.
This is our new North Star Quiet Armor series of generators coming out in 2024 using our brand new set of engines. We started manufacturing our engines pretty comparable to what Honda's using. This is a 14,000 watt surge, 12,000 watt continuous unit. It's got the new EFI technology, which is the doesn't have a carburetor, electronic fuel injection, just like your cars have.
Nice.
Highly efficient for fuel than your standard generator. None of the gumming up of gas that you typically would get with a carburetor unit. And it's a very easy unit to operate. You've got simply an on-off switch there. You flip it on. It's got a screen that you can run diagnostic. It can tell you different options, features, gas levels. Then you've got a simple push to start.
Yeah.
Just starts right up.
Awesome. Let's load that dude up. That's cool. Way cool.
That is very nice.
Nice. All right. Good. That'll do it. Let's get this puppy home, baby. Come here, kids. What you doing? Hey, kids. What you doing? What you doing, girl? Hey, doggus, what you doing? Go play. Whew. Got this thing home. It's getting a little bit too dark to shoot the review videos, so I'm gonna park it over here, and we'll see you guys in the morning. So what is it that we're looking for in a generator? We're looking to be able to power multiple appliances. We're looking to be able to power well pumps. We're looking to be able to power our heating and air conditioning systems. That's what we're looking for in a backup generator when it comes to a backup generator for your home. We're also looking for quiet technology, and this has quiet armor technology, which makes this thing super quiet. We're gonna fire it up here in a second and show you guys the operating procedures. I want to go over some of the features of this critter with you real quick. So it was a little confusing to me, and I played with this thing for probably 2 hours yesterday. It's super plush and super nice. Big shout out to Northern Tool for building something. This is North Star, which is Northern Tool's house brand. So let me get you in here a little closer. We'll turn everything on and show you guys why this is a super superior model generator. And the engine is a North Star engine, which is something that's been engineered through Northern Tool to be super reliable. So let's get in here and check it out. Again, this is the North Star. It is a 14,000 watt surge watts and 1200 rated continuous watts. There is a charger indicator right here, and this little doodad actually opens up and you plug an extension cord or a charging cord into that, and that'll help charge the onboard battery system. This is our engine stop start, power on, our 50 amp breaker, which is right here. This is 120 volt, gigantic 50 amp ratings for running like big campers or for running this big shop building. This is a 240 volt, 30 amp. This is 120 volt AC. L2 30 amp. This is a 120 volt, 120 volt, 120 volt, and all of these are 20 amp circuits, and they have resets for each one right there. You got a ground connection because you should always have your generator grounded, and where we're going to install this generator is on the back side of the building where we'll tie into a ground rod. So without further ado, you also have a CO2 indicator. So at any time this thing has low oil or senses low oil or CO2 in dangerous levels, it will automatically shut off. So if you put it in your garage, which you should not do, you should do this at least 20 feet from your home or whatever it is that you're powering so that you don't have to breathe carbon monoxide. If you do put it in an enclosed space, it will shut off automatically when it senses too much dangerous carbon monoxide. So without further ado, let's turn this guy on. You hear a fuel pump engage. Again, this is electronic fuel injection, so no more worries about ethanol fuel here. It lights up North Star, and then we'll get a home screen. So let's go to that home screen. Right there, it's just 2 buttons. That's the home screen. It says it'll run an hour on the amount of fuel that it has, 1% load, which I guess is probably the minimum. We can select this button and change things over. 300 hours to spark plug replacement, 200 hours to air filter, CO2 not detected, and 20 hours left on our first oil change. We'll go right here. This is our voltage and everything. We're gonna see all this when we fire it up here in just a second. So let's go ahead. It's super simple. I just tapped this just like a new car. Runs for a minute. It revs up. Okay, hold. 2 hours. So to turn it off, it's very similar to a car, or you can just hit the on-off switch. We're gonna start it one more time and we'll try hitting just the off switch. That is super nice, guys. Okay, we'll let it rev up a little bit. This lights up. I honestly would prefer to shut it down without hitting that, but the owner's manual says that's how you shut it down. We're gonna start one more time. I'm gonna let it run for just a few minutes today. There we go. I hear a pump, it stops, now I turn it off. That seems to be the appropriate way to turn this thing off. So let's go over some of the features that this critter has that you may or may not know. So I've got a cheat sheet right here, guys. I can't remember all this information. So we've got a 14,000 surge watt, 1,000 continuous watts, which is enough to run my house, well pump, microwave, all that stuff, water heater. You have a 4-year consumer warranty and a 2-year commercial warranty. So if you're using this on the job site, you get a 2-year warranty. Electrics start with onboard charging while running, which is super handy to have because you're going to kill the battery if you just keep starting it and you don't recharge it. The LCD display is hands down the best one I've ever seen on any generator. It's got a 12-gallon fuel capacity, fuel injected, 10-hour runtime at half load, which is awesome. Now, we've got 6 120-volt, 20-amp GFCI protective outlets, 120-volt. We have one 30-amp plug. We have a 122 40-volt 30-amp plug and a 122 40-volt 50-amp plug. This thing has more features than any home generator that I've ever had, any home or commercial generator that I've ever had. It includes, again, a battery for starting, low oil shutdown, carbon monoxide detection for shutdown for safety. It has quiet armor, which is supposedly making this thing 20% quieter than the leading commercial grade generator, and it's built with a roll cage of 1 3/8 steel, so it's super tough. It can fall off the back of the pickup. Now, what's something that I wish that it had that it doesn't have? I wish, and you can go ahead and just run a strap yourself. It's set up for a strap right here, it looks like, to run across so that we can tote this thing around the farm. So if you're using this on a job site or something, you may want to install a permanent strap, and that may be an accessory that's available on this generator. I'll let you guys know. I'll post it down there in the comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching Tool Tuesday. It's not often we get to go off the farm and check out new tools. Oh, by the way, solid tires, so you never have to worry about your tires going flat on this critter. Easy to use. The handle pops up, pops back down. Easy to store. I don't see a downside to this thing at all, and it's a lot quieter than my other generator. Thanks a lot, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is Tool Tuesday on the farm, where we show you a cool tool that we're going to be using here to help our farm operation and help our home be a better place. Take care. Thanks, guys. Hit that like button on the way out the door. We'll see you next time at Northern Tool. Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Or spilling coffee. Uh-oh.
Okay, he's a little hot.
Come here, what'd you eat, boy? Oh, what'd you do? Huh? Oh, boy, what'd you do, boy? Want a tummy rub? Want a tummy rub, little boy? Huh? You want a tummy rub, little boy?